a good impression, they say, lasts really long. Yeah, so now when it comes to meeting people, you want to make an impression about yourself that is good, because it's this impression that person will carry along as he or she leaves you. All right, so the purpose of this video is to give you ways you can become a better person, present yourself as a better person and make a good lasting impression and a good first impression. Yeah, so the first thing, and many people tend to overlook this, is smile. You don't know the power of a good smile. So the first thing you have to do to make a good first impression is to smile. Yeah, then you smile and introduce yourself to the person. My name is Disciple Jim. Then the person introduces himself or herself as so person. Let's say John, or let's say John. Yeah, so the person introduces himself as John, and you call John. Then the next thing is show interest in that person. Yeah, so let your conversation with that person, let it point to the fact that you are interested in this person. Then the third thing you have to have in mind is you have to be a good listener. So you don't only show interest, but you are listening to that person. So now listening to that person will lead to the next thing. You talk about that person's interest. Yeah. So when you are a good listener, you already know what that person is interested in with the way he or she is communicating. So you talk in line with those interests. Yeah. So when you talk in line of these interests, the next thing now is to make that person feel important, and you have to do this genuinely. So by making that person feel important, what you do is just make those interests seem quite impressive. Yeah, so the person has told you, okay, I'm interested in football, and you're like, wow, okay, football, okay, do you coach? Make that person feel like being interested in football is not just regular, and you're doing this with all sincerity. Yeah, and that will bring us to the next thing, and that is, will I say, the most important. Yeah, remember that person's name. Now you've communicated, you've smiled to the person, made the person feel important, you've given a listening ear, you've been a good listener, and now it's time to part ways. You want to say goodbye. Then you'd be like, oh, John, nice to meet you. Not that you'd be like, oh, remind me your name again. It will make that person, it will make all the things you've done earlier, being a good listener, making people feel important, seem fake, because you can't even remember name, which is just one thing, singular thing. So what makes, if the name was not taken important, what made all the interest in football and all that things talked about important to you? Yeah, so these are ways you can make a very good first impression. So let me run over them again. You smile. Yeah, then you talk in line with that person's interest. Then you be a good listener. Then you show that you are genuinely interested in those things which you are listening to. Yeah, then the next thing, make that person feel important. And finally, you remember the person's name. Yeah, so good luck with your next meeting. Yeah. So with this, you would make a very good first impression. All right, don't forget to stay psyched.